everyone, it's me again, and it's like 1 o'clock in the morning because I'm insane and I sleep late hours of the night. Don't mind if you hear clicking or if you hear Skype sounds and cats fighting. That's a regular thing around here. I am chatting on Skype as I do this. It probably shouldn't be, since it's a bit noisy. I'll probably just keep this box popped up. That way you won't hear so much noise. Ironically, I am doing a review right now. Well, I'm going to do a review right now of Majo no Ie, or The Witch's House. The Witch's House. A lot of you might have heard about that if you're into the kind of games that I like to play. It's a pretty simple RPG maker game following the story of a young girl. Her age kind of varies. I'm not sure what her age is for certain, but I think it's 13. It follows the story of a young girl named Viola who finds herself unconscious near a house in the forest. She approaches the house and finds that there's no other way to get out, so she has to go through the house because there are rose bushes blocking the way out of the forest. So as Viola ventures further and further into the witch's house, she eventually learns secrets, or you as the player rather, learn secrets that you never would have known otherwise, uncovering the diary pages of the witch herself, Ellen. As Viola goes deeper and deeper into the house, she encounters a bunch of strange puzzles, strange creatures that desire to kill her. And, of course, at the end, she encounters the witch herself, Ellen. Now, this game has, I think there are 2 different endings. Only 2? No, there's 3 different endings. One is the true ending. One is a bit of extra information to the true ending. And the final one is a sort of ignorant ending where all is well that ends well, but there's really no truth to that ending because it's just the fact that you didn't gather enough clues to know what the true ending is. Now, for those of you who might be interested in playing this game, I'm probably going to spoil a lot. Well, I know for certain that I'm going to spoil a lot because there's not very much plot to this game. It's sort of a simple game. It has a very, very emotional impact and a great soundtrack, but the story overall is incredibly short. There are, as in most RPG Maker games, only a small cast of characters. The only characters that appear throughout the story are Ellen, Viola, and Viola's father. You don't really learn much about Viola's father, except for the fact that he loves and cares about Viola, which is a good thing. You don't really learn anything else about him. He's just sort of a side character that makes a big impact in the ending, but that's about all he's there for. As for Viola, she seems to be a very kind character, as you eventually realize that she was Ellen's best friend that had been trying to help her with the disease that she suffered from, and trying to help her to get better, although there was really no way for her to get better because from what we know it was a terminal illness that Ellen herself suffered from. Ellen and Viola eventually switched bodies. According to Viola, it was supposed to be for only a day, but Ellen was so corrupted by malice and hatred that she simply destroyed her body and left Viola to die. Ellen was the original witch of the house. She owned the witch's house. She was a sickly little girl that she thought nobody cared about her. And so she became very bitter and hated the people around her, including her parents, whom she thought did not actually love her because they were always going missing. Tragically, you end up finding out that Ellen's parents did care deeply for her, and they were researching a medicine that could have helped her. But instead, Ellen made a pact with a demon and fed him the souls of her parents, and burned her house to the ground and moved to the witch's house in the forest, where she would lure in more quote-unquote friends and feed their souls to the demon in order to keep her powers as the witch. She befriends Viola and seems to genuinely care about her for a very long time, until one day she switches bodies with her and leaves her to die. She has become not at all like herself anymore. She is just consumed by hatred and malice and sorrow to the point where she does not care what happens to Viola at all. In the true ending, you learn all this, and that they've switched bodies, and that Ellen has no intention of giving Viola her body back, to the point that she tricks her father into shooting Viola, who was trapped in Ellen's body. Ellen's very disturbed and destroyed body. In the extra ending, you learn that she had actually given Viola acid to drink, saying that it would quell her pain, when in actuality it was because she didn't want to hear her own screams because it disturbed her. She cut off her legs so that she could not chase her, and she gouged out her eyes so that she could not see her, leaving her in the deformed state that you encounter her in the end of the game. After effectively killing Viola by having her father shoot her, Ellen simply walks away laughing and leaves with Viola's father, and it can be assumed that the cat, which serves as a save point in the game, was actually the demon, and it eats Viola's soul, whom has died. And it's a very depressing ending after everything you go through to try to get the character out. You learn that you've been playing as the villain this whole time, and lots of people hated her very, very much for this. I'd say that I don't feel any sympathy for the character, because she was so corrupted and didn't care for her friends in the slightest at all. She is just completely heartless when you encounter her in the game. But she could also be sort of seen as a tragic villain, since she had become corrupted by the powers that she possessed, or so I believe, and the hatred that she possessed. But in the end, she ultimately killed many, many innocent people, including Viola herself. But that about covers the story. As for the gameplay, it's a sort of strange game. It's a lot of puzzles, and there's basically the whole game consists of puzzles in one way or another. There's a lot of jump scares that pop out as well. Mostly you just have to figure out how to avoid the jump scares and how to solve the puzzles, and that's pretty much the entirety of the game. It has some rather amusing factors. It never really managed to scare me. It did manage to make me jump quite a bit from the jump scares, and especially the ending scene with Ellen. Oh my god, that just was terrifying, all the screaming from that final chase scene where you have to escape the house with Ellen chasing you through the entire house. That one was actually frightening, and she moves incredibly fast. Well, I guess I should say it's Viola. But in any case, she moves extremely fast, and it's hard to lose her in that final puzzle. You also have to be able to get Ellen's knife in order to finish with the true ending. The save point, as I said earlier, is the cat or demon in the game. It's like a little cat that sits on a log. It's mostly a log. Who serves as the save point for the game. You get the secret ending where you learn about him being a demon and everything if you never save the game. Good luck with that one, though. At least I think so. It's pretty hard to avoid the jump scares that pop out and chase you. They're very hard to avoid. So it might be hard not to ever save the game. The game itself was pretty good. It gave me a very emotional impact at the end. The rest of the game was sort of silly and it was dark, of course, for a horror game, but it wasn't exactly terrifying or anything. It wasn't scary to me very much, except for the jump scares. So, as a horror game, it didn't do great at terrifying me, but I'm not scared by a lot of things too easily. Jump scares scare me a lot. So those did scare me, but other than that, not very much. I did love the story for this game, as depressing as it is. And the soundtrack was amazing. I really did like the soundtrack for the game. It had some interesting music, but often these games do. Their gameplay is never really that exciting, but their music, their characters, and their story is what really makes them so impactful. And so I really liked this game because of that. The gameplay was sort of lighthearted to me. I mean, it's scary in vision, but it was easy to play, is what I mean. I really liked it, though. That's about all I really have to say for that game. It was a great game, and you should go check it out. It's The Witch's House, or Majo no Ie by Fummy. I believe that VG person probably, I think, translated it. He or she usually translates these games. I know that they translated Mad Father, Misao, and Eve. I can't remember exactly where I got the game. So look into that if you're interested in this kind of game. But that's all I have to say for this episode. See you later.